Hey, I'm Eric. I'm listening to 100 albums in 100 days. For all the details on what I'm doing and why, check out the video pinned in my profile. Today, I listened to the 1981 album Paradise Theater from Styx. This is their 10th album by 1981. So they've been putting out music for a while at this point. Apparently, they had a streak of like 9 years in a row where they put out an album a year, which is just unheard of. That's ridiculous. That's a lot of work. Those guys were dedicated. So this is their 10th album. And it's apparently their most successful album, which I was kind of shocked that Kilroy was here. Was not that, but I don't know. So this is supposed to be a concept album, which is the third one on the list that I've listened to, besides Quadrophenia from The Who and Operation Mindcrime from Queensryche. If I hadn't read that before I listened to the album, I would really not have known it was it's a very loose concept, which doesn't really matter. It does not take away from how good the album is. Save for the first two tracks and the last two tracks. The first one and the last two kind of are supposed to be lending themselves to the concept. With the concept, I'm not gonna. If you want to go look it up and read what the concept is, you can. The 10,000 foot view it's about a fictional theater in Chicago named the Paradise Theater between the years of 1928 and 1956. But I don't get any of that in the middle in the songs there. There's nothing that really lends itself to the story they're trying to tell. And I don't know how. Like I said, I think it's a loose concept, but it's still just a fantastic album. But you can kind of hear with the opening track of AD 1928 that goes right into Rockin' the Paradise, which is probably my favorite song on the album, Rockin' the Paradise. It lends itself to being musical theater. You can kind of hear the musical theater in it. As Rockin' the Paradise starts, you can see Dennis DeYoung out there. You can picture in your mind him out there dancing and people dancing all over stage. And it sounds like a musical theater number, but it's a rocking song. It's a really great song. And the song that everybody will know off of this album is Too Much Time on My Hands, which, after having heard that song for years and then hearing the concept that this album is supposed to be, to me, they don't really fit. But it doesn't matter. There's not a bad song on the album, except the first one, which is kind of I think it's like a minute long, and the last two are the same way. They're just kind of bookends. They're part of the storyline, but I don't want to say they're throwaway, but I don't really count those. Every song in the middle is fantastic. Some of my favorites are Lonely People. I like the guitars on that. That's a really good one. Snowblind's another good one. There's another one that's a little bit more musical theater too. It's called The Best of Times. That's a really good song. That's a really good song. The vocals on it are incredible. I've always liked the harmonies that Styx does. And we all know that Tommy Shaw, who's there, so they have two lead singers. If you didn't know, they have Dennis DeYoung, who sings and plays keyboards, and then Tommy Shaw, who plays guitar and sings. Tommy Shaw, of course, after Styx breaks up or goes on hiatus, what you want to say, joins Damn Yankees with Ted Nugent and Jack Blades from Night Ranger. So we know he can still sing because he sings for Damn Yankees. Dennis DeYoung, though, in his prime, which is probably right around here, this album, this time frame, that dude can take the roof off a place. He has got such a powerful voice, and it just sounds it's just buttery. That's all the only word I could think of. He's such a great singer, and especially on this album, which, by the way, is the only Styx album I have ever heard all the way through. And but yeah, he's such a great singer. His voice fits perfectly on some of these songs. this is not a knock on him when I say it. He was built for musical theater, and his voice sounds like it. But overall, this is a great album. I'll probably listen to it again. I actually want to find the vinyl and buy it and have it for. I usually play records on Saturdays and Sunday mornings, and I want the vinyl of this now so I can play this on my Saturday and Sunday spins. If you're a Styx fan, let me know what you think about it. I know that there was some backlash in the band towards Dennis DeYoung, especially after Kilroy was here, and the whole musical theater vibe, from what I've read. And there's a lot of songs that they won't do because of that, or wouldn't do for a long time because of that. So if you're a Styx fan and there's another album you like better, which I'm sure opinions vary, but let me know if you like this one or not. Let me know what album you do like. If you've never heard this before, if all you've heard is Too Much Time on My Hands, it's worth a listen, especially the first two tracks. I was blown away with how seamless those two just go from one to the other, and just how rockin' that first track, that track is, Rockin' the Paradise. So yeah, if you've never listened to it, it is worth a listen. And when you do listen to it, let me know what you think.